That's not the only thing we have going on Saturday, though, Brett, and I'm not talking about the potential Game 5 of the World Series that would be on Saturday. What I am talking about is the UFC fight between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Justin Gaethje. Now, this is a prize fight. This is a fantastic, highly anticipated fight. Khabib's last fight was against Dustin Poirier back in September of 2019. He is 28-0, and he's facing off against Justin Gaethje, who is 22-2, and most recently beat Tony Ferguson back in May. This is a highly anticipated fight, very intriguing. Khabib is the current belt holder, and that is partly why he is the favorite at minus 375. However, Gaethje being more recently in the cage has me leaning him, but God, Khabib he's a different breed of a fighter. There's a reason he's 28-0, and he's just a monster in that octagon.
Yeah, this is one of those fights I'll watch. I won't bet on because I'd be on Khabib, and minus 375 is just too steep for me. There are other ways to bet it, Higgins. You could bet decisions, you could bet rounds, you could bet all these other ways. I'm just going to enjoy it. I think I'm just going to enjoy watching it, and probably about halfway through be covering my eyes and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm watching this." But I it'll be enjoyable for sure, and it's definitely like you said, this is a fight to watch for sure.
Now, something that worries me about Khabib is he has already mentioned during the press conference how the next fight that he would want, the only other fight he's really interested in after Gaethje, is to fight GSP, George St. Pierre, and I find it weird when you are preparing for this fight and leading up to this fight to already be talking about who you want next. I mean, it's a bold move. It's something that someone that's 28-0 would do. I'm not necessarily taken aback from Khabib's abilities to finish this fight because of those remarks. However, I find them interesting. They definitely raised my eyebrow when I first heard them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the fight game. People say shit all the time. I don't know how much of it they actually believe or mean, right? But just to get in the other guy's head, get in their under their skin, or give yourself that little extra bit of confidence that you need to get your adrenaline going, whatever it is. That's why guys do these things, and it also helps promote the fight. Like, I mean, look, we're talking about how disrespectful the comments are on our podcast. I'm sure everyone else is too.
Now, some quick notes because you mentioned method of victory as other ways that you could bet on this fight, is specifically picking knockout or submission or going to decision. 3 of Khabib's last 5 fights ended by submission. The other 2 were unanimous decisions in Khabib's favor, obviously, because he's undefeated. Khabib's won 10 by submission, 8 by knockout, 10 by decision. Or 10 by submission, 8 by knockout, 10 by decision. Justin Gaethje is 1-0 in submissions, 19-2 in knockout/TKOs, and only 2-0 at the judges' table. So Gaethje makes it kind of seem like it might not go to the judges' table, especially since all of his last 5 fights ended by knockout. That's a lot of power. Khabib, it's split pretty evenly, a third, a third, a third on how it might end. So that's a little scary, I think, if you're going to be looking at method of victory in terms of how it's going to go.
Yeah, this just sounds like, college football Saturdays winding down. Game 5 is probably winding down. Right now, it's actually 6-2 in that game. So I'm going to assume there's a
In
game
game
5. In game 2, yes. So I'm going to assume there's a game 5 because if it's 1-1, there'll be a
2.
game. So this sounds like how I'm going to cap off my Saturday night, Higgins. What a great Saturday of sports. And to have a fight of this magnitude on top of a college football Saturday where the Big Ten's back and a World Series game, chef's kiss. And then leading into an NFL Sunday, just a great weekend.
I'll definitely find myself on this fight in some way, shape, or form on Saturday. I don't have a read right now on Wednesday night as we are recording. It's a little too far out. I want to see where a little bit more of the money falls, see if there's some adjustments. Like you said, minus 375. That's a little too big for me as well, so I'm going to sit off on that. Maybe I'll pair it with an NFL parlay on Sunday with some big money line dogs, though. Who knows? Might have to put some things together and pick something out by Saturday.